it worth it? Is it for the future? The family. I want more. I want freedom. I'm purpose driven for equality. You're gonna know my name. I'm still the same. Ain't nothing changed. You're gonna know I am good. Respect me and my legacy. And I wish you would Google me, read my story. You're gonna know my name. Hope everybody's good. You're gonna know I am good. Respect me and my legacy. And I wish you would Google me, read my story. You're gonna know my Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the face behind the brand. I am excited. We have this amazing guest with us tonight. He is in the building. I, of course, am your host, Monique Marie, and you are the incredible hip-hop recording artist, producer, okay, artist, lyricist, poet. Am I still going? Pen Lord, Alpha Pen Lords is here tonight. Tonight we have the incredible ARSINEL.
Yeah.
Welcome, Pen.
Yeah, make sure the shit brilliant, my nigga.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Good.
Brilliant, my nigga.
Let's go.
That's to pull you into this amazing production here.
Peace.
Be strange.
Word of advice. Niggas is mad like changing up like traffic lights. I'm a unicorn. Old ass nigga need a uniform. In a game full of newborns. Oversaturated. Niggas wacky, over accoladed. My plan moves like it's calculated. On the Lord above. Niggas fly like a quarter rug. Get squashed like a water bug. It's a miracle. My shit a little more lyrical. My tail will cattle like tattoo. Such a broad stroke. What it sound like God spoke. Shit I wrote give chills to a ghost. With a guest appearance. Niggas know when next nearest. With a can full of Anaceris. My shit pure. Niggas play me out Europe. I ain't even on tour. I'm knocking at the door.
Got your split.
Can't fix something you can't measure.
Must.
Get money
It's
for
a must.
pleasure. I stay on new endeavors. I tell a bitch whatever. I grind better. The new trendsetter. Rhyme scheme clever. We can get it whenever. Don't make me pull the lever. Watch it float like a feather. I'm hip hop like an Average leather. You a fair weather. Living among savages. Dividends and averages. We on now, they mad at us. Lay a nigga down like Lazarus. In cash I trust, the gas gon' bust. Flesh is torn, blood gon' rush. I sip on southern tear. Don't get smothered in tears. Leave your body covered in spears. We running things this year.
Heard the one about the two bulls?
We running things this year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the face behind the brand. You are incredible. How was your day today?
Oh man, it was a good day. Very productive day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
My day's been good. Sunday has been pretty good here. The sun is shining. It's I would say about 70 degrees here on the West Coast. So I just want to say thank you again for making the time. I always start and give homage to everybody. Of course, I wouldn't have met you, even probably crossed paths. Who knows? We might have, but you had the opportunity to, of course, view both Ophiness and Andrew Jackson's interviews, and shout out to those kings. And of course, we've connected and started networking with each other, and here you are tonight. So I want to say thank you for taking the time. I appreciate this opportunity. As you know, I am a journalist, and I interview people like yourself and share your amazing gift with the masses. So take me back. You are from Pittsburg, Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes.
Talk to me about the beginning. I mean, there's so much, right? So I know we're going to be like, you know, music, influences, producing. I mean, there's a lot that you do. So let's start with producing, because you are a hell of a producer. You are a GOAT, as one would say.
I appreciate those words. Well, I started off producing at the age of 16.
My God.
Yeah, I'm 31 now.
Okay. Okay.
So I've been producing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I was an MC before I was a producer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did say that. Yes.
Yeah, I was an MC before I was a producer.
Okay.
So as much as I love producing, I love spitting.
Yes. Lyricist.
But I love producing. Don't get me wrong. It's almost equal. But
yeah.
I might like producing a little bit more though.
Yeah, and why is that? I wonder why.
I don't know. Something about producing. It's just everybody raps. Everyone can't produce.
Ooh, true.
You know.
Yeah,
it's just one of them things. It's just when you make a beat, it's like you can create the whole atmosphere how you want it, to the T, and it fits the way I rap, and it fits other artists that I like and that I work with, and I know how to make the beat because I know their format basically. I know how they do.
Yes. Yes.
So it gives me kind of advantage when it comes to music because I'm not searching for beats when I can make my own.
Yes.
You know.
Well, you again, I mean, just even what we were just listening to, of course, you are, of course, part of an amazing collective, a collaboration with, of course, Fam Ross. Shout out to Fam Ross. You together are PEN LORDZ. I played Living coming in just because that sound itself, King, and talking about what you just mentioned, being able to produce and do things that others cannot do. I was blown away with both the lyricism. Yes, of course, I'm always listening to the words, how one poetically puts things together. You do a very, very good job at it. But the production is incredible.
Thank you.
Did you produce that entire album?
Yes.
My God. So 2021, I should say, was a hell of a year for you.
Oh, yes.
We just talked about PEN LORDZ, Living, Immaculate. That what was it? 11 tracks on there on PEN LORDZ.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've had a chance to listen to every single one of them. And I always say, for me, driving with the music, of course, like anybody does, you know, it gives you time to really listen to everything. But I also had a chance to go even back, of course, to 22, Foul Play. I'm just, again, blown away. Scientific Elements. I mean, in the middle of a pandemic, you're putting together not just, you know, music, you're putting together bodies of work. Talk about it.
Yeah. Well, with the pandemic, once the quarantine set, you know, I feel like many people, we had a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah, we couldn't really go to work we couldn't go to work anymore. We couldn't go here. We couldn't go, the world was shut down.
Yeah.
So during that time, I just utilized that time and just tapped back in to the music because I'm gonna be honest, before the quarantine and all that, I really wasn't interested in music anymore. Yeah, because I've been doing music since like my first tape was called The Food, which is on NatPiff. It's on natpiff.com. And if you remember, natpiff.com used to be like, that was the hub for artists, underground artists, and artists in general. Natpiff.com was kind of like the YouTube of today.
Yes.
Before YouTube reached its heights, So, and it was basically, and it was streaming before streaming. It was before Apple Music, Tidal, and Spotify. It was thatpiff.com where you find the albums. So I was MCing back then. This is like the blog era and all that.
Yeah.
when blogging was real popping.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's incredible.
yeah, just the quarantine with so much time on my hands, I said, you know what, I'm gonna utilize this time and I'm gonna do something productive. And one of those things was back to the music, making beats, dropping music. And one things I wanted to do was to grow as an artist and to really, because I've always took music serious, but I was more serious this go around because I was getting inspired by a lot of cats doing music nowadays, especially in the underground. I was getting inspired because I've always been a hip hop head. I've always been a boom bapper. So, you know, it was just, I just took advantage of the time basically.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about you and Fam Ross. We're talking about PEN LORDZ, of course. Talk to me about how you two, of course, met and obviously collaborated and put out this incredible album and are continuing to work together, obviously, as a collective.
Shout out to Fam Ross.
Shout out to Fam.
Shout out to my Lord. That's my fucking brother right there. That is my big bro right there.
Amazing.
Fam Ross is an incredible MC.
Mm-hmm.
That's hat for the PEN LORDZ.
Yes.
Like you think of ARSINEL, you think of Fam Ross, and vice versa.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Me and him dropped 2 classics. We got 1 more on the way, plus whatever the future holds.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, me and Fam Ross. How I met Fam Ross was it's a funny story.
Yeah.
So I was I'm you know, scrolling through Instagram and stuff, and I follow a page that shares music, and then they end up sharing his music, and
Wow.
I came across it. And I'm like, yo, this dude is nice to me, and he has a style that everyone may not get or understand, because you know nowadays, you know, there's different lanes in hip hop. There's different lanes in rap. So me and Fam Ross's style is it's similar, but to the average ear, it's different. You know what I mean? It's a very acquired taste.
Yes.
You know, so when I heard him, I said, yo, he's fire. I get it. I understand it. And I want to work with him. I wanted to be his producer. Like that's how nice Fam Ross was. I just wanted to be his producer and produce for him and have him go over my beats, because he's ill. That's the thing about me as a producer. When I work with people, I'm working with people because I respect their craft.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we could do something magnificent and build something great together. So that's what it was with Fam. Then I come to find out he's from the same city as me.
Oh my God.
And I never came across him, didn't know of him, because he's been rapping for a while also, like me. So I never came across him or even heard about him. We're from 2 different sides of town. He's from South Side. I'm from the East Side.
Wow.
So he's from the same city as me. I found out. So boom. I hit him up like, yo, let's work. I sent him a joint. He was feeling it. And that joint was it's called Swear to God. And it's on every streaming platform.
Yeah.
And that joint's still fire.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, shout out to Fam Ross. As I mentioned earlier, with everything that I've listened to, I'm still just in awe, just still discovering, obviously, with us just scheduling and getting this interview. I'm again so grateful, but I'm just still taken back by the discography. I'm just like, there's a lot of music, not only that you're doing yourself, but yes, for others. You know, you're talking about this Fam Ross, O Finesse. I mean, the list is outrageous here. You did the song You and Bossy, Foul Play. Talk to me a little bit about, so going back to what you just mentioned with where you are from and where Fam Ross is from. Talk to me about the Pittsburgh music community.
The Pittsburgh music community is a wide range. Now, when most people think of Pittsburgh music, they think of Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, and that's kind of like two of the biggest names. But there's a lot of music that comes from Pittsburgh. There's all types of sounds. There's all types of different genres of artists that come from Pittsburgh. So it's a very wide range, but you have a lot of people who do music here. A lot of people do music here. A lot of people do well here in their lane, in their lane. There's a lot of people that make some noise, but unfortunately in this city, a lot of people who get to almost to a breaking point where they break through to the industry, they usually get killed out here.
Oh no.
Yeah, like there's guys that had a lot of potential and did a lot of numbers. I'm talking like millions of views on YouTube.
That's crazy.
Like each video, but a lot of it turns into a lot of street stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of art, like a lot of artists, some artists coming out of here, but for the most part, there's a lot of good music, a lot of different type of genres of music here. Also, you got people who, you got the trap scene here. You got underground hip hop scene here.
Yes.
You got, I mean, if you really do the origins of Pittsburgh, we're a jazz city.
Okay.
A lot of famous jazz artists come from Pittsburgh, Hill District area. Some of those being Ahmad Jamal.
Wow.
And plenty of other names. August Wilson, famous playwright. He's from Pittsburgh, Hill District. So Pittsburgh has a lot of rich Black history that some people may not know of. Like the Hill District was an area in Pittsburgh, which is a pretty dominant Black area. Growing up back in the days, and it was like baby Harlem. A lot of jazz players came down there. Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, was performing at these bar clubs, these cotton clubs on the Hill District in Pittsburgh. So back in the day, before the MLK riots and all that, Pittsburgh, had a lot of culture. Yeah. A lot of culture. So it's a very artsy city. It's a dark city. It's a nice city. It gets gloomy a lot. It gets cold. We get all 4 seasons here, but it's a jazzy, artsy city. I'll say that. Yeah.
Well, you brought something up which reminds me to talk about. Obviously, a talking point is the jazz, just the different sounds. Obviously, a lot of what we hear when you're producing. Amazing instruments, amazing strings, horns, melodic sounds. I mean, just real music. Okay. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And it's crazy because this is what a lot of, and I say our generation, of course, before us, obviously, that way you're still pulling in, some of course, the original musicians, of course, and people even older, they want to hear, some of them like hip hop too, but they want to hear music with it. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about the 4 elements of hip hop.
4 elements of hip hop. Well, you got, you got, of course, you got the DJ. You have the DJ, you have graffiti. You have the MC, and you have dancing, breakdancing. Yeah. So those are your 4 elements of hip hop, which are still alive to this day. That's the thing about hip hop, is it has never died. Every other genre, for the most part, has kind of like took the back seat to hip hop. Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate a little bit, because it's missing. Sometimes you're missing when you're missing an element, you're missing part of the culture. Right. And again, I guess it's okay for some, each his own, but I liked how you were talking about when I had said, what would you share with a person coming up behind you that watches you, that's watching you and following you and inspired by you? What would you say to him or her as far as whether they're going to produce or record or be a recording artist. And you said, what, originality, talk about how important it is to be different, and why that is crucial in today's music and hip hop.
Well, I'm 31, so I just remember hip hop when it was just original. Everyone was original. Like when you heard Busta Rhymes, you knew it was Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
When you heard Jay-Z, you knew it was Jay-Z.
Oh.
You listen to music now, everybody sounds the same. Every beat sounds the same.
Yeah.
Every hook is talking about the same thing. Yeah. Every verse has the same content. So I just come from that era where I remember when it was pure, and I'm just trying to keep it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And it's crucial. Boom bap also comes to mind because that's something also that's a little bit of you cultivating your sound. Is it not? A little bit, boom bap.
Oh, it's boom bap all the way.
Yeah. Talk to me about boom bap and why, of course, that is, of course, still today and still obviously very relevant today in today's hip hop.
Well, because boom bap is real hip hop.
Yes, it is.
That's real hip hop. I mean, hip hop has plenty of genres and subgenres. Like, you got trap, you got emo rap, you got, hop house.
Yeah.
So you got country rap. There's all types of different hip hop. So, but the boom bap is the original. That's the, the 90s era, the golden era of hip hop.
Yeah. Well, I want to say to you, and I don't know, so I don't like to compare anybody to anybody. This is just for that reason of what we talked about, not sounding like anybody. But if I could say, when I hear your lyrics, as far as the delivery, it reminds me of Jay-Z. It reminds me of Jay Dilla. I mean, when you go into delivery, which again is what I'm here for. I mean, I need to feel something. I need to feel something with both the lyricism and yes, the production, which is the foundation. But if it leaves me thinking, like I said, I listened to Living, and this is no joke, like probably 45 times today on the way home when I was driving. I was just like, oh my God. So when music, because that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's what feelings sound like. So when music takes you there, who else would you say that you are influenced by? Producers, artists?
Definitely Jay Dilla, for sure. Dilla changed my life. And wow. I know that's a funny saying that everybody says, but that's for real.
Yeah.
Like I always, being Black, of course I love hip hop and rap music. It's our culture. But once I came across Jay Dilla and I found out who he was and I found out the man behind these classics, that's the day I turned into a hip hop head.
Ooh, because you're a hip hop head, King.
Yes.
You are. I'm like, okay, who in the hell is this?
Yeah. Like that's like when I came across Dilla, because Dilla was a great producer, but he was behind the scenes for real.
Yes.
He was low key with it,
He didn't mind being there. I mean, that's where it's at, really. The humility stands out, and that's why the amazing presence and the sounds, of course, get heard, of course, because you're not trying to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like
greatness.
When I found out, because it was a certain song, I'll never forget the song. It was Q-Tip, Let's Ride.
Oh.
I loved that song so much. I was like, who's the producer?
Yeah.
I checked the producer and it was Jay Dilla. And from that day, I turned into a hip hop head. Because it's like, with music, it's like you find out about one person, then you find out about another person who's similar. Yeah. And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So, it was on from there. It was on.
I love it. So would you say, as far as just obviously, when it comes to the essence of both lyricism, poetry, rhyming, was it something that happened naturally for you? I mean, because you said 16. So who in the household, even growing up, where did you get this gift?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I've always been a creative person. Like I think I'm just naturally gifted with creativity because I was a draw. First thing I used to do, I had a passion for was drawing.
Yes.
So I was a drawer. I was an artist. I was always the artist.
Yeah.
Then you know, I would rap when I was a kid. I would rap over the radio in the shower.
Oh.
You know, not really making sense.
Yeah.
But just that was my studio.
Yeah.
That was my first studio. That was my first booth. I would literally rap over the radio in the shower as a kid. And I would do it so much, I think I built enough confidence to rap amongst other people, you know, in ciphers, you know, in school, stuff like that, freestyle sessions. And I think, and I've always had an ear for music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think those two together it was inevitable.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, I like, again, everything about the horns and the instruments and the string elements. I mean, that's right up my alley, you know?
Yeah.
So when you are attending someone else's concert, though, because you are an artist, you know what I'm saying? You are a producer. You are a poet. You are a lyricist. You're a lyricist. What are you actually listening for? What are you paying attention to? So now we know we're dealing with, of course, an artist at another artist's concert. Obviously, you wouldn't be there if you didn't like them.
Yeah.
But what also are you paying attention to, because you are this gifted creative?
Well, I'm listening. I'm pretty much paying attention to stage presence. I'm paying attention to the crowd, how the crowd's reacting. I'm paying attention to the structure.
Yes.
You know, the setup of everything. And I'm paying attention to the feeling that I get from the performance. You know, because I'm kind of as an MC, you know, in the MCing, I kind of respect all the elements of being an MC.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being an MC, I like to paraphrase something, of course, since living is on my mind. I just want to live just daily, obviously, and just to the fullest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're talking about, right? One of the things I noticed, one of the bars you said, you can't fix something you can't measure, get money from pleasure.
Yeah.
Right, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't fix something you can't measure. Talk about it. Elaborate.
I can't. That's, you know, basically, you can't solve something that you can't gauge. Oof. You have to gauge the situation before you try to find a solution.
Yes.
You know.
That's real. That's absolutely true. During this time, King, you know, I am also, of course, an artist, and I love words and I like word play.
Yeah.
I like to come up with some words, as I've come up for you for no reason at all. But to basically pick your brain and see how you think. Of course, this is the face behind the brand. And no wrong or right, King, just basically what comes to mind first when I say these words. You ready?
Yeah.
First word at the top of my mind here is prodigy.
Mobb Deep.
Oh, Mobb Deep. Say why? Why?
Because when you say prodigy, you're talking about one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Like, Prodigy molded me a lot. Ooh. A lot. Like, even you see the braids.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like Prodigy was that dude, man. Like, when it came to, like, Prodigy, he molded me a lot, because he's just, when I hear Prodigy, Mobb Deep, especially Prodigy, it was just so grimy, so cool. It was so grimy, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Smooth. You know, the delivery, the confidence in the delivery, he was just the beats, the beats was just so grimy, so jazzy, so smooth, so witty.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Very clever. You know what I mean? So yeah, Prodigy was one of them ones, man. Rest in peace, Prodigy, man.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Okay. That's deep. The next word, we talked about it earlier. Originality.
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 You.
Oh. Are you talking about me or just in general? No.
In general.
Originality. Yeah.
Originality is you.
Yes.
It's within you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't gotta, originality is within you. Originality is just you. It's in you.
All the way.
Don't have to look. You don't have to look too far.
Ooh.
Don't fake the funk.
Yeah.
Be you.
Yeah.
Don't be somebody else. That's originality for me.
I love that, King. And I thought about this earlier when you were, I was working on something I can't talk too much, obviously, but it made me think, like, who are you rushing for? You know what I'm saying? Where is the race in this? You know what I'm saying? How so many people we know this business is competitive, indeed, is it not?
Yeah.
Definitely competitive. At the same time, if you stay in your own lane, and we know the quote, you stay in your lane, there's never any traffic there. You know what I'm saying? So it's
absolutely
like, that is why originality came up when I was thinking about you, because I was looking at all this work, all this body of work, and then I was saying, like, well, damn, and nobody is pressured. It's like people always say, oh, there's so much pressure, but then again, it's not really. And if you're in your own lane, there is no pressure. Because this is you. This is what you're about to put out. There is nobody else putting out what you're putting out if it's original.
Absolutely. And the thing is, there's that saying, there's nothing new under the sun. It's not how you do it, it's how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Nas. Shout out to Nas, you know what I mean? And with that being said, it's, everybody raps, everybody does this, but it's like, as long as you do you and do your own flavor and add your own sauce to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're going to win.
You're going to win. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to win because you go within.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't, it's all that's just what it is.
That's what it is. And he who is within you is greater than he who's in the world. I had to go there. Okay. Absolutely. So the last word, of course, for you is elevation.
Elevation, prosperity.
Yes. Ooh.
Prosperity.
Yeah. Oof. That's deep. Okay. Well, there you have it. That's it. Interview's over. No. You are amazing to me, King. You are really amazing. So I asked you, of course, during your preliminary, and it's something I ask everybody, and obviously I know I'm going to know the answer. I said, is it important to you to do what you love or love what you do? And what did you say?
Do what you love.
Do what you love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Elaborate on that.
Because do what you love, because basically, once again, if you do what you love, you reaching, you going within.
Yeah.
Once again, you're going within. It's what's real. It's what's in you. Yeah. It's the truth. It's, you know what I mean? And you do it's then once you do what you love, it's not work. Yeah. It's not hard. It's fun. Gives you life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Heck yeah. Infinite wealth, right?
Yes.
Infinite wealth.
Infinite wealth.
Speaking of doing what you love, you, of course, have just worked on something most recently, which we are, of course, proud of, your work always. I wanted to talk to you. I want to go backwards first because I enjoyed watching, of course, the visual that you and Ofinesse did, speaking of Prodigy earlier. Talk to me about the collaboration and the effort with Ofinesse and Prodigy, and that, of course, that amazing video. I think you guys were in Denver, correct?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, and I'm actually playing that now for you guys are going to be able to see what I'm talking about. Talk to me about that collaboration.
Oh yeah, man. First of all, man, shout out to my Lord, Ofinesse.
Yes.
Man, I'm so proud of Ofinesse. Like I've seen his journey from the beginning, literally.
Yeah.
And me and Ofinesse was building, you know, a long time before he got where he's at now.
Yeah.
And I love seeing his elevation. I love seeing what he's doing in the underground for the culture. And just for that to be my guy, because that's my guy.
Yeah.
Like Finesse is a thorough dude, man. That's my big bro. And when I came out Denver, it was all love, like straight up. The whole 7 News, you know, all them cats. It was
basement.
Yeah, they took care of the boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They took care of the boy. So
yeah,
Finesse, that's my guy, man. We collabed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Finesse was actually one of the first artists I started to collab with during the quarantine as a producer.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, me and him have a lot of heat, a lot of heat out.
Yeah, you have a lot.
and Prodigy was one of those ones that we did. It was a dedication to Prodigy, rest in peace. Yeah, we shot that out Denver, down 5 points. Yeah, shout out to Feng Shui. He directed that. And yeah, it was a classic.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. So how important is that? I mean, obviously we talk a lot about collaborating efforts, but you know, we also talk about support. You talk about how, you know, they took care of you. Talk about how important that is in the industry though, matching up to other people's energies, you know, and hoping obviously that you really don't have to match up, but it's obviously already there. But just knowing how important it is to have a support system, who you trust, who you can trust, and then just amazing people like these guys, Ofinesse.
Yeah, because you know, and well, the thing is, with me, I try to I keep everything organic.
Yes.
All my relationships with artists is very organic, and I rock with these people on a personal level. And the thing is, it's you know, it's just one of those things where it's about the music first with us.
Yeah.
You know, especially me, you know, I'm trying to do music. I'm not really, you know, I'm not really in it for anything else. So it's just, you know, people with, you know, the law of attraction, basically. You know, I'm just out here, you know, trying to collab and work with other artists and whatnot, and you know, artists that I like their craft and their art and all that. So absolutely.
Who else can you see yourself collaborating with that you have not, that you can share with us? I know sometimes it's, you know, you don't want to jinx and tell everything, but are there any artists, whether it be more underground and mainstream, who you want to work with that you have not yet?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of artists I would I definitely want to work with SD I would work with SD. I like him a lot. Ransom.
Okay.
Jamal Gasol.
Wow.
Dark Low.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats. Ito. There's a lot of cats I could I would like to work with that I like their craft.
Absolutely.
Rock Marciano.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one. Even the Griselda boys. I would love to collab with them, work with them.
Dope. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you just put out another, of course, amazing visual, and it's okay to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull that up for us too. Fatal, PEN LORDZ, and tell me what you can share with us, of course, about this amazing. Obviously, it's out there, so I know you can tell us everything. This amazing collaboration, this amazing visual.
Yeah, this is the Fatal off the PEN LORDZ 1 album. We dropped this about a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Fam Ross.
Shout out to Fam Ross. This video is amazing. The song is amazing. Shout out to Flu Shots, our director. And yeah, we shot this downtown Pittsburgh, the heart of Pittsburgh.
I was just gonna ask you that. Was this Pittsburgh? Amazing.
Yeah, just trying to give them more Pittsburgh flavor, man. And one thing I'm doing with this music, I'm just trying to bring back that Pittsburgh jazziness,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. This is
trying to give them a feel for the city.
See a little bit of the snow and everything, huh?
Yeah, that's real. That's what it is here. It gets cold, Yeah. We get those elements.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So what's the degree today, King? What's the temperature?
About 45 today.
See, that's wasn't too cold.
Wasn't too bad. That's a warm day for us.
Oh no, not a warm day.
Yeah, that's a warm day for a Pittsburgher. That's 45 degrees. We good.
Easy. 45 degrees. Like
yeah,
for us, that's 63 is too cold here for me. Okay.
Yeah, we're just happy when it's not in the 20s in the winter.
Oh, that's too much. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think I could do it. So tell me what else is coming up that you could share. What's the next project that you're working on?
I got this the Aviator. Shout out to my Lord, Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
Yep, we got that Aviator project.
Okay.
He's a phenomenal artist, phenomenal graphic designer.
He is. Amazing lyricist too.
Yeah, like that's the guy. That's the guy right there. And yeah, we got a fire project coming. I got a dope project with the homie Euro Tifsum.
Oh wow.
It's called Strictly for the Bug Outs. And that album is incredible. Production by me, featuring my homie Yorel Tifsum. And that joint is a banger. Me and Silent Snipers dropped the project. He used to go by Risk, but he ended up changing his name. So me and him dropped the project Scientific Elements. Fire, dope project. Did it, and yeah, that was dope project. PEN LORDZ 3 is coming soon.
Wow.
Shout out to Fam Ross, all my production. We got a project with a producer from France.
Jesus.
Shout out to Kaizine. We got a project with Kaizine, me and Fam Ross coming out.
Working.
Yeah, we got projects on top of projects. We got one with a producer, Billy Hoyle from Pittsburgh, coming out soon too. So yeah, we're just working on music and dropping videos. As you see, we dropped the Fatal joint. Yeah. We shot the Immaculate video today from PEN LORDZ 1.
Oh,
yeah,
I love Immaculate. The
Yes.
strings in that song, oh my God. And you know what? I'm not saying, I have to go there because you paint pictures with your music. I want to tell you that. Like, we're all, of course, you're a visionary. But you like really, you guys are painting some amazing pictures. Like, even when you just said it, it's like it took me to where I was at when I was listening to it, you know, and that's what it's about, you know. So if you're putting out a hell of a visual for that, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited. I got goosebumps.
Yeah, we shot that video today. That video is incredible. I can't wait till y'all see that. I can't wait till that's out.
It's gonna be immaculate.
Yes. Like, seriously.
Correct.
It's gonna be a straight.
Let me ask you this. It's gonna be straight what thing?
Fire? No, I was gonna say it's gonna be a bomb. Yeah, it's gonna be a bomber for sure.
So music, I know, is one of the answers to this question, but what else gets you excited about life?
New things.
Yeah.
There's one thing about life, I don't like repetitive things. I don't like when things feel like I'm just doing the same thing. I don't feel like when I'm in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when things get too repetitive. So I just like trying new things.
Yeah. I love that.
Keeps it spicy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of life, what life lesson would you say? And I know I'm sure there's been plenty, but that you would like to share with us. What life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Everyone isn't your friend.
Ooh, correct.
With that being said, you gotta be very good at reading people, especially in the music industry. Like, you know, you got to be very, very careful who you deal with in life.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very true. And not to be afraid of it, because I think sometimes I've gotten to a point I used to just not want to fuck with anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that people have, and I forget who I was interviewing, and she said it so clearly that some people just have impure hearts.
Yeah, you got to be very good at reading that. You got to read energy. Like, the thing about me, I'm real big on energy.
Me too, King.
I'm very big on it. So it's like, if it doesn't feel right, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's with everything.
No matter who it is.
Yeah. So you got to be real good with who, you know, you got to be very careful how you move out here. And who you deal with.
I like that. What do you feel has been the most important thing you've done in life so far?
Not giving up. Not settling for less.
Yeah.
You know, basically just shooting for the stars and just, you know, trying to get another day at being a better person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another day at just being great, you know.
Absolutely. Do you play any instruments besides? Of course, I know you're a musician and you're playing. You know, do you play keyboard? You're playing keyboard. You're playing guitar. You doing all that yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Oh,
I don't play any instruments.
No instruments. Okay. Well, if you could play an instrument, what would you play?
I don't know. I probably play the piano, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play the clarinet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how to play it though. I don't read notes. I don't read music or anything like that. So, you know, that's just it, you know. It's just a natural creative thing, I think. There's a lot of musicians like yourself, though, you don't play instrument, but you still have the creative. I think the voice is an instrument, is it not?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you name one hit song from this past year, 2021 pandemic, of course, that still resonates with you? Yeah, underground, mainstream.
One hit song.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. I can't really. That's a tough one. I don't know. I listen to. I mean, I listen to a lot of music. I don't.
Define as a hit. It's hard to define this as a hit, you know.
Yeah, and especially because I really don't listen to too much. I don't really listen to commercial music. I don't really listen to like radio music. You know what I mean? Like I listen to a lot of.
Listen to the radio.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of old shit.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a lot of old R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, jazz, soul, neo soul, old hip hop. So I don't really listen to anything too commercial, but just a song in general. Yeah. That was a good song. That was a good song for me. It's old. I listened to a lot of Cameo.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love Cameo.
Yeah, a lot of Cameo hanging downtown, man. That's just
baby, around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just the vibe. I don't know, it's just the vibe for me lately.
Yeah. that's time. That's what people call timeless.
Yeah, because it was just the music is timeless, man.
Yeah. It's supposed to be, at least, you know. Growing from mistakes. Talk to me about growing from mistakes.
Growing from mistakes, okay. Basically, growing from a mistake is when you take a L, right? Mm-hmm. When you take an L, that's a loss.
Yes.
But to me, that's not a loss. That L is a lesson. Woo! You with me?
Yes, I am.
So basically, like, all right, yes, you took an L, but learn from it. Yeah. Don't do it again. Yeah. Learn from other people's mistakes. You know, like, don't do the same thing over and get the same results. So learn, you know, those L's, you got to take them. Some people say losses, I say lessons. Yes. Learn from it. Don't do it again. If you come across that situation again, do it differently and move forward. Yeah. Don't badger and condemn yourself over it, because some people like you'll never move forward if you don't. Yeah, like you're just being scary at that point. And the mind can be the mind can really the mind is a beautiful thing, but it can also fuck you up at the same time. See, the thing about the mind is your strongest muscle. So if you don't have a grip, it will grip you. Talk about it, King. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah. I mean, that's a jewel. That's a real gem dropper, because of the fact that what we just came out of, and you said it earlier, during the pandemic, we all had the same amount of time. Yeah. Literally, whether you were working. We all had the same amount of time, and to see what you were able to accomplish, to see what many of you, which is, I think this is a beautiful thing that I have the opportunity to interview. I came up with this idea to start interviewing in the middle of a pandemic. I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna be sitting here bored. And here we are today. You are episode 122, King. You know. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. You know, shout out to your platform. I appreciate what you do. Oh, you spread the culture. You know, like, this is a big day for me. I always wanted to get on this show. Oh my God. Yeah. So I mean, I'm telling you, I'm like, I was stoked. I was like, yes. I waited on this moment. So yeah, you know, I appreciate your platform. Jesus Christ. You guys make me feel so brand new. You know, it's a dope platform, you know, and you're very articulate. Oh, thank you, King. I try to be, you know. I want to be able to deliver this beautiful
craft that you guys all have, you know, and all this time well spent on what you're doing, and showing interest. And, you know, there's so many people doing podcasts and talk shows and so forth, that I just think, like what you said earlier, nailed it, like being different, you know, and I have to continue to try to reach my own peak. I'm not competing with nobody out here, really. I don't look at anyone as competition, because I figure each of you are different.
Yeah.
And I like to have different types of artists on here. No one is the same. And you're all, I mean, the ones I try to get on here, you're dope. You gotta be dope. And no disrespect to anybody, but I mean, seriously. It needs to ruffle my feathers, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, make me feel something. Give me a reason to spend a lot of time, because this is a lot of quality time I'm spending with you. Is it not? You know?
Yeah.
And then also just, of course, what you've done, the time you spent. And speaking of that, this is another amazing visual that you guys put out. This is ARSINEL and Bossy. Those of you watching, of course, Scully season, the official visual.
Yeah, shout out to my guy, Bossy.
Bossy.
Yeah, this is a classic. This is another one. Bossy's another artist I've been collabing with for a long time. I knew for a long time. That's like my brother right there.
Super dope.
From, you know, we from this, and yeah, this is just a classic gem that me and him put out. Did a video from a Foul Play 1 project, and Foul Play 1 is a gem. If you haven't listened to that, you know, that was my first album I dropped during the quarantine. That's the one that set the tone.
Yeah, I got Foul Play. I got everything on my playlist. Okay. Yeah, this is incredible though. This right here is an amazing visual. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Is it Hippie Swizzy?
Yeah, shout out Hippie. Shout out Hippie Swizzy on that. He killed that.
Yeah, amazing. And that's important too, right? As far as the visuals, how are you with selecting which songs? I mean, because you got a lot of songs, Ken. You have so many.
Yeah.
How are you selecting which songs to do visuals for? I mean, there's so many songs.
Yeah.
When do you know which song? I mean, obviously, I mean, you know.
I usually do my favorites first.
Okay. Yeah.
But the thing is, I really don't have no favorites, because I like all my music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do something if I didn't like it. Like, I wouldn't do something if I didn't love it. So that I love all my music. So it doesn't really matter what I do a video to at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you know, that's usually how it goes. Like, I'll think of one, or then pick, try to pick one, and just, because like I said, like, everything I put out, I stand on.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't put it out if I didn't stand on it.
Yeah. Well, I love him. I love them all. So look, so far, so good. Well done. In closing, I want to say to you, congratulations on 2022, because I already know it is a big year for you. Congratulations for all the success with the collaborations, the music, not quitting, of course, not stopping. I'm thankful just to even, again, sit here with you for this hour and just, be able to deliver, your message, which is, of course, good music, good sound, good work ethic, originality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Timeless music, and focus on, of course, you and yourself, and you, obviously, what's within. So take everybody out and let us know where we can find you. Aside, of course, we know IG, but just in case we have some new listeners today, tell them where they can find you on IG and any other platforms that you're on.
You could tap in, find me on Instagram, ARSINEL412. YouTube, ARSINEL412, or just ARSINEL, ARSINEL.
Yeah.
And that's basically where I'm at with it, with the music pages.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all my music is on every platform: Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, you know, you name it, YouTube. Just so you know,
Every
like I said, a lot of good music, a lot of good music.
A whole lot of good music, y'all. So you have just been watching an amazing exclusive interview with ARSINEL, Pittsburg, Pennsylvania's finest. I should say one of them, because there's, you know, you and Ross, PEN LORDZ, these amazing artists, collectives, but this specific artist tonight, of course, as we know, is ARSINEL. If you are watching it now, you of course are on Face Behind the Brand YouTube channel. Make sure, of course, if you want to continue to see amazing content like this, that you of course subscribe to the channel, and then of course subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all for watching. God bless you and good night.
Flies in the fleet, nigga. Once in a lifetime. Somebody special, man. Somebody special. This is Ethiopian gold on my collar. Bumped in the club when she was dancing for dollars. Now I gotta turn the days for doctors and scholars. Put in the CLK Benz and bags from Prada. Canoe in the Grand Lake, breathtaking landscape. In the Players Club, it's members only. I was in the VIP with a tenderoni. I had a beluga bro with a glass of Stoli. Loafers, lambskin, Alexa plays, and loose ends. It's hard to be obtuse, nigga, and still win. I put it still to your grin and still on your friends. If a bitch is being still, I dismiss the hen. Snub hit him like Sean Taylor or Ty Taylor. Cannabis infused with fruit flavors. I was building on a rooftop with a few players. Finessing 80 chains and ARSINEL in the layer. Oh.
What up, Finesse? Lindsay. Yo. I'm with the flies to the fleet. Like airplane mode, how I'm out of reach.
Leave me alone.
Had to get it off when we sold it for cheap. Got them fiending, searching for the order release.